Today's story is called The Lame Dad Chronicles, the Snowday Spectacular.
It started with a single flake. Ellie was the first to notice, staring out the window on a chilly Thursday morning. "It's snowing," she said, her voice a mix of excitement and disbelief. Jake bolted to the window. "No way, is it sticking?" Ellie nodded. "Yep, and fast." Before long, the snow was piling up on the driveway, blanketing the yard in fluffy white. The phone buzzed, and Mom glanced at it, groaning. "School's canceled," she announced, setting her coffee mug on the counter. "Snow day!" "Yes!" Jake and Ellie shouted in unison, bolting to their rooms to grab boots and coats. Mom sighed, pulling a blanket over her lap. "Well, looks like I'm working from home today." But Dad had other plans. "Kids," he called from the living room, his voice brimming with dramatic energy, "drop everything. Today is not just a snow day. It's a Snowday Spectacular." Ellie froze mid-step, pulling on her boots. "What's a Snowday Spectacular?" Jake groaned. "It's probably something embarrassing." "Not embarrassing," Dad said, striding into the room wearing a ski hat that was 2 sizes too small and mismatched mittens. Epic. A snow day isn't just a day off. It's a chance for adventure, creativity, and legend-making. "Legend-making?" Ellie asked, raising an eyebrow. Dad leaned in, his voice a whisper. "Do you know what happens on a snow day?" "We sleep in?" Jake offered. "We stay warm inside?" Ellie guessed. Dad shook his head. No. Snow days are when the snow beasts awaken." "Snow beasts?" Ellie asked, already regretting the question. "Oh, yes," Dad said, nodding solemnly. "They live beneath the snow, waiting for the perfect storm. When the snow is deep enough, they rise from their icy layers to challenge us. And today," he gestured dramatically toward the window, "today, kids, we fight back." Jake sighed. "Here we go." Phase 1, building the fortress. Dad dragged the kids outside, where the snow was already ankle-deep and falling fast. "We can't face the snow beasts unprepared," Dad declared, grabbing a shovel. "First, we build our stronghold, Fort Turner." "It's just snow, Dad," Ellie said. "Just snow?" Dad gasped. "Oh, Ellie, snow is the ultimate building material. Strong, lightweight, and plentiful. Now grab a shovel." Reluctantly, Ellie and Jake joined in. Dad started piling snow up into a lopsided wall, while the kids half-heartedly packed snow into bricks. "Higher," Dad shouted. "The snow beasts are tall. They'll climb right over if we don't reinforce the walls." "They're not real," Jake muttered, but he kept shoveling. Soon, the fort was taking shape, a haphazard mix of snow mounds, packed walls, and a quote-unquote flagpole made from an old broomstick. "It's beautiful," Dad said, wiping a tear from his eye. "Truly a fortress for the ages." Ellie stepped back, frowning. "It looks unstable at best." Dad gasped. "Ellie, this is no time for negativity. Fort Turner will stand strong against any attack." As if on cue, a large chunk of the wall crumbled to the ground. Jake smirked. "Nice job, Dad." "It's fine," Dad said quickly. "We'll call that the escape hatch. Every great fort needs one." Phase 2, the snow beast hunt. "Now that we have a base," Dad announced, "it's time to find the snow beasts." Ellie frowned. "We're actually going to look for something that doesn't exist?" "Oh, they exist," Dad said, squinting at the tree line. "But they're tricky. They camouflage themselves in the snow. That's why we need these." He held up a pair of binoculars. "Binoculars?" Jake asked. "Nope," Dad replied. "Snow beast spotters. Ellie, you're on lookout duty from the fort," Dad continued. "Jake, you're with me. We'll patrol the perimeter." "Perimeter of what?" Jake asked. "The kingdom," Dad said, pulling him toward the yard. "Come on, soldier. The fate of Fort Turner depends on us." Jake trudged after him, muttering under his breath. Dad led Jake around the yard, peering through the binoculars at every snowbank, tree, and lump of ice. "There," Dad whispered, pointing to a mound of snow. Jake squinted. That's just the trash can." Dad shook his head. "That's what the snow beasts want you to think. They disguise themselves as ordinary objects, but if you listen closely..." They stood in silence for a moment. "I don't hear anything," Jake said. "Exactly," Dad said. That's how you know it's them. They're too quiet." "Or it's just a trash can," Jake muttered. Meanwhile, Ellie was back at the fort, bored out of her mind. "Dad," she called, "can we do something else or go inside yet?" "Not until we've secured the area," Dad shouted back. Ellie sighed and sat down in the snow, doodling in the powder with a stick. Phase 3, the epic battle. Just when the kids thought they couldn't take another second of Dad's antics, something changed. A snowball hit Jake square in the back. "What the?" he yelped, spinning around. Dad stood a few feet away, grinning and holding another snowball. "The snow beasts are here!" "Dad, that was you!" Jake yelled. "Exactly. They've possessed me. I'm under their control," Dad shouted, lobbing another snowball. Jake dodged it and grabbed a handful of snow. "Fine, if that's how you want it." From the fort, Ellie saw the commotion and quickly joined in. "Jake, here!" She tossed him a pre-made snowball that she'd been working on. "Traitor!" Dad yelled as Jake nailed him in the shoulder. "Ellie, you've betrayed the kingdom." Ellie smirked. "Nah, we're just taking it over." What followed was a chaotic snowball fight that left everyone soaked and laughing. Dad tried to defend Fort Turner, but the kids overwhelmed him with their superior aim and speed. Finally, Dad collapsed dramatically into a snowbank. "You win," he gasped. "The snow beasts have claimed the kingdom." Ellie and Jake high-fived, victorious. Phase 4, warming up. Back inside, Mom looked up from her laptop as the soaked, shivering trio stumbled into the kitchen. "What happened to you guys?" she asked, amused. "Snow beasts," Jake said. "We defeated them," Ellie added. Dad grinned. "They fought bravely, but Fort Turner is lost." Mom shook her head. "Well, good job, I guess. Now go change before you catch a cold." As the kids headed upstairs, Dad leaned against the counter, starting to make some hot chocolate, looking satisfied. "Snow days," he said with a smile. "Truly the greatest days of all." "Next time," Mom said, "maybe don't ruin my broomstick." "Details, details," Dad replied with a wink. From upstairs, the kids shouted in unison,